Good evening and welcome to another episode of Simon Reads. Now, Simon doesn't read very often, and that's why this is such a special series where we investigate books. Now, if you're not aware, books are like an organic version of the internet, whereas the internet is virtual and exists everywhere, but nowhere at the same time. Books are made from plant stuff really and chemicals. So let's introduce what tonight's book is going to be, shall we? And here it is. It's a story of the Rover 75 at MGZT. Now then, I had this book for my Yuletide gift from my father, and I appreciated it very much because I had recently acquired an MG75 Tourer. Called Henrietta, as you may already know. Henrietta was the first real cheap car, challenge car, I believe, that Mr. Boaty of Boaty's World acquired. There is certainly a video that Mr. Boaty did of acquiring Henrietta. I may, if I can work out the technological gubbins that goes along these things, put a link in the description below, which is down there somewhere. Unless you're watching on a TV. I don't think the description's down there if you're watching on TV. I think it's probably around this area. Yeah, weird. But anyway, back to the book. So, the Rover 75 at MGZT, the complete story. The complete story. It's quite an interesting book, really, this. It's got quite a lot of things in it. Let me sit more comfortably and have a look through. And I can't really see through these glasses, so bear with me 2 seconds. So it takes you through various aspects of Rover at the beginning on there. So it gives you a bit of a background on the bicycles that they made, or motorbikes, should I say? I think, is that going to be better if I hold things this way? Yeah. The motorcycles and the early special cars that they made on there, through the more familiar things that I recognise on that, and then to the more modern 2 and 400s on there. A bit of information about all of those, and then a bit of information about John Towers, the managing director at Rover. The Rover Group. Actually, I assume is different from Rover. I may be wrong on there. Oh, and look what we've got there, ladies and gentlemen. One of the fabled. Look, can you see it? A City Rover. Oh, look at that in all its awful glory. Now, the City Rover is quite an interesting idea. Now, I put idea in quotation marks because I don't even know whether it was an idea or whether it was something sort of Rover were kind of a bit railroaded into, really. I'm sure if they'd had the finances and the ability to, they'd have created their own sort of Super Mini type car from there. Maybe even the Mini would have been the Super Mini type car. But yeah, they decided to rebadge a car made, but was it made by Tata? I can't remember. I can't remember who made it. I'm terrible at remembering things. Let's have a look. The City Rover went on sale 2003 as a 2004 model. It was rebadged Oh yeah, a rebadged version of the Tata Indica, made in India. I mean, it was probably quite a respectable car for its origins, but I've been a passenger in one, and I wouldn't. I don't know. I think I'd rather get a bus, unless it's really, really, really chucking down with rain or windy or whatever. I would rather get the bus. I think. Some people like him, and for some reason, Mr. Boaty of Boaty's World and Captain Mustard of Project Nigel have decided that City Rover is going to be their next project. They have decided they want to buy a City Rover, which is pretty much hated by everybody that has driven one or seen one or been visited by the apparition of one in the night. And they want to sort of change people's opinions of it. And fair play to them. I respect the determination and gutnessness. Yeah, that's a word. Gutnessness of them to take on such a challenge and a task. I would not want to be seen in one of those. In fact, I'm going to completely flip that on its head straight away. The only time I would take on a City Rover is if I was going to make the most ridiculous track type car for it. So strip it out, figure out a way of putting some decent fat wheels on it, make it as light as possible, lower it to the floor, somehow graft some random spoiler onto the back and some atrocious looking body kits and all that kind of nonsensical jazz, and then have it sort of painted or stickered up in some random race colour type thing that people might recognise part of, like maybe like half the Marlboro McLaren colours down one side, so like a split straight down the middle, a bit like British American tobacco, was it? Did the BAR, where it had one side was the 555 livery, one side was the Lucky Strike livery, and then down the middle was like a zip. Maybe do that with it. One side the Marlboro livery, one side Gulf colours. I don't know, something silly. That'd be quite fun. I don't think I'd have any sort of heart-attached feelings to it, though. I think it'd be the kind of thing that I'd probably spend too much money trying to make it look funny and cool, and then as soon as something went wrong with it, I'd scrap it. But fair play to Boaty and Mustard for coming up with that concept and attempting that. I mean, it might all come to nothing because they've not even talked about having seen one or got funds in place to buy one. So let's encourage them to do that. Come on, Boaty and Mustard, you can do it. Get yourself a City Rover, and that means that's one less City Rover that anybody else needs to own, really. So yeah, thank you for that. What else have we got in this book? Well, it goes through the history of Rover models and a few prototypes on there. This looks kind of cool. It's like a bit like a coupe type thing on there. Looks. Yeah, I mean it's what the 75 became really, isn't it? But it does look nice. What else have we got? A bit about the engines and stuff, the powertrains, development and prototypes. So we've got a bit more about concepts and such like in there. I'll try and put some photos up here somewhere of what I'm looking at and what's in the book, just so you're not sort of straining to see what gibberish I've got on there. And then a bit about the badges and stuff. What does everybody think to the 75 badge? I mean, it's not only the 75, is it? I think oh man, we're in MG. Do the 45s and 25s have the numbers in the badges on the front? Because I'm not sure what I think about that, to be honest. I think I'd prefer it without the model number in there. or at least if it was in there, more subtle. I'm not really sure whether the big numbers sort of suit it. I prefer sort of car badges to not have much of a mark on them. If it's going to be like a picture or what am I on about? Because the MG badge is literally just a big MG. Ferrari's got initials on it. Alfa Romeo says Alfa Romeo. Yes, but yeah, I mean VW says VW, but it's a bit of a shape rather than initials. Audi doesn't say Audi anywhere. Renault's a symbol. Peugeot's a symbol. Yeah, I think I prefer ones that don't have writing in them, but there's exceptions. There's always an exception to prove the rule. What am I doing? What else have we got in here? He says trying to see through these amazing glasses. He got. I should have gone to Specsavers, but I didn't go to Specsavers at all. I went to Quick Save and I got these. So there's a bit about the powertrain and the history, and the various models and the specs for models throughout certain years of production on there. There's a bit about the Tourer, which is my favourite shaped one, obviously. There is a picture in here. If I find it, I'll try and. I don't know whether I've took a photo of it. I'll try and take a photo of it on there, but it shows you the concept they had for a sporty Rover 75. I guess I don't know whether it was to run alongside the MG ZT or whether it was just before that. But if I find it, I'll try and ping a picture up on there. There's some bits about the manufacturing plant in there. It tells you about the move from, is it Cowley to Longbridge, or was it the other way around? See, I've read most of this book, and I am terrible at retaining information, which is either a good thing or a bad thing. If you want to tell me a juicy secret, right, come at me with juicy secrets, because I'll not remember. I'll not remember at all. And you can tell me anything, and then somebody will ask me something, and I'll not remember. But it'll be fun, won't it? It'll be fun to give me some juicy secrets. Oh, juicy! So what else have we got? Gives you about the production changes. Oh, and then it goes through into the MG models. MG models. So it gives you a bit of info on the MG ones and what the differences were. Oh, this is really nice. The ZT development cars. So again, viewers, I'm assuming that if you're watching this video, then you at least know about my other videos, and that I have an MG called Margaret, an MGTF. And if you know I have an MG called Margaret, then you possibly know, I mean, you should know, there's no excuse, you jolly should know that for Margaret I have two sets of wheels. I have the sensible shoes, which I call, which are gunmetal grey Abington alloys with Talyor proxies on. And then I have the, what should I call them, trainers? Dancing shoes? Yeah, dancing shoes, which are the original, is it 5 or 6 spokes? I can't remember. The original enter number of spokes here, 15 inch I think they are, alloys that came on a painted in fluorescent green. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, painted in fluorescent green. So I've already got a background of liking random coloured wheels on cars. On there, a trophy blue car or a blue car that's similar to trophy blue with fluorescent green wheels on it is a really good contrast, I think. To be honest, any fluorescent colour kind of really fits in there. Fluorescent orange would work really well as well. Yeah, I am considering getting the motorbike wheels done in fluorescent yellow. I think that'd look nice. And then just like doing the Honda and the CBR bits in flash. Anyway, I digress, don't I? So there's a picture of the sort of the development car, which is like a Rover 75. But look at the wheels on there if you can see them. You're not going to be able to see them, are you? It's going to cover the light up. Oh god, there you go. I might be able to see it there. So they're like gold wheels on that. It looks really good. So I'm thinking on Henny, should I do Henny's wheels gold? Henrietta being the 75 Tourer. I'm not sure. I'm kinda, I don't know, gold would be quite cool actually. But then I'm gonna say then it's overdone, but then so is gunmetal grey is quite. I mean, what I really would do is go bonkers and do some mad colour on them. But then I'd like to have, again, like I've got with Margaret, two sets of wheels where I can swap over from mostly sensible to not everybody's cup of tea. Maybe that's what I do. Maybe I'll do the straights that are on gunmetal grey, and then when she's been running for a bit, I'll get some other ZT alloys and do them a mad colour and use them on there. Yeah, I might do that. Yeah, so there's a section about the ZTs and all their bits and pieces. A couple of things about what they were doing to try and sort of up the sales and stuff, like getting. I think there was a couple of ambulances and a fire car or something. Is it a fire car? No, it's a police car. The brand image was further reinforced by attempts to market the ZTT as a police patrol car. This was a demonstrator photographed in November 2001. The performance image was further enhanced when West Midlands and Shropshire ambulance services took delivery of some ZTTs as paramedic rapid response vehicles in May 2002. Yeah, so they did get some interest at least on there, and rightly so. They're really nice. I think they're a really nice sized car. They look big. They look stylish, but they're not too big. Yeah, they're quite easy to manoeuvre. I have to reverse onto our drive at a weird angle and then try and fit a car between the front corner of the garage and a bit of a step that sticks out. A bit of a step that sticks out where a shed was, and then further back where there's an actual step, and then try and line it up so the back's not overhanging onto the garden too much. So it's a bit of an awkward way of parking, but it's fairly easy. So it's not a massive car. There's a City Rover again, unbelievable. Yeah, and there's a bit about the facelifts on there. So how they sort of changed the design of the badge a bit, did a bit of work on the front end and the back end of the cars on there. Some nice details on there. Then there was another weird grille that I've seen a few of them. This one here. I've seen a few of them. I've seen a few of them out in the wild, but I weren't that keen, to be honest with you. People keep sending me WhatsApp messages. I hope it's not going zzz on the video all the time. If so, I apologise wholeheartedly. What else have we got in here? 190. I think there's a bit about the V8s as well in a second. So there's quite a lot of the bits I found useful was there's quite a lot about the different specs of colours and such like that they had at varying times within the run of cars. So it'll give you like interior colours against sort of paint colours outside and that sort of stuff, which is quite useful. And then it gives you like a breakdown of the options as well, like what the Connoisseur had, what the Connoisseur SE, what the Classic, what the Club had. There's bits and pieces here as well. It goes through like the different alloy wheels that they came with. That's quite interesting. It's really in depth. It's more in depth than I expected it to be honest. What else have we got? Oh yeah, and then there's a bit about the V8 models on there, which is quite cool. I believe this. Oh, now then, is it Liz? Yeah, I think it's Liz that's part of the Boaties World community. She's got a V8, I believe, and I think she's also got. Oh, what's that colour called? I know Mustard keeps getting it wrong. Is it Spectre? I don't know. She's got like a flip colour ZT as well. It was at Project Nigel Yard. And I really like the flip colours on there. Ooh, what's that? Ooh, ZT. Hang on. ZTT 260 had a similar tail badges, quad exhausts, multi-spoke wheels. This one was photographed at Donington Park Race Circuit, where the saloon's pictured on page 143. For some reason, angled photographs were the order of the day. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, people went through a phase of when they were photographing cars, they had to be like not level with the horizon. But yeah, look at it. It's kind of nice, isn't it? I think the Tour is in really good shape. It's got the dynamic sort of profile of the saloon, but also has that sort of raciness of the like practicality, but speed as well. Because it's not like a big Volvo back end. It's like a nice flowing back end on there. Ooh, I do like a nice flowing back end. I do. What else have we got? Oh, we've got the land speed record. ZT. There we go. Now then, there we are. So, I don't know if any of you read MG Enthusiast, but they've done an article on a I'd say fake or replica, one of them two versions of this. Now, when I was looking when I was keeping an eye out for a Tourer to sort of buy, there was this one for sale, this replica one, and I saw it over a few months. I'm sure it went Auto Trader, and it started off at I'm pretty sure it started off at $3,500, and then every month I saw it advertised, it seemed to go down price, and I'm sure the last time I saw it advertised were 1,008 or something, and then it disappeared, and then all of a sudden there's an article about it in MG Enthusiast. Now, to my way of thinking, and then this is just my opinion, other people have different opinions. That's perfectly fine. They can be wrong if they want. But my opinion is that if you're gonna do a fake or a replica of the land speed car, you make it as close to it as you could possibly get. I'm pretty sure that this land speed car wouldn't have had an interior in it. But this fake one has got an interior in it. And this land speed car, you probably can see on front there. I mean, you guys probably know more about it than me. I'm not a massive aficionado of MG and Rover. But there's a bonnet scoop there. The one on this fake MG thing, they've not even painted the inside of the scoop and the bit of the bonnet where it is black to make it look from a distance like it's a proper scoop. It's literally just a scoop with rusty screws or rivets holding it onto the bonnet, and you can see inside it, and there's no hole or anything. It's not the best. It's not the best looking fake, from my opinion. What I do like is that they've got the streamlined wheels on it. I think they used VW steel wheels, and then got some Speedline hubcaps for them. So that's kind of nice. But yeah, I think if it had been mine, I'd have gone the whole hog, stripped the inside out, made sure that scoop at least looked authentic, even if you didn't cut a big hole in the bonnet. At least paint it black inside and put a bit of a grill on it so you can't see that it's not got a hole in it. But that's just me. I mean, this is what I like about the car community, that everybody has a different opinion, everybody does things in a different way. And what I would personally do to a car, i.e. having fluorescent green wheels on a car, is probably most of the people's idea of an absolute nightmare. Why would you not have it an original colour? Well, you guys go and do your original colours. You guys go and do your bonkers stuff. And we'll meet somewhere in the middle, have a big fight, and yeah. There's a bit about limousines on there and hearses. And then there was a 75 coupe that was bandied about for a bit. That's kind of nice. Looking at it now, I think I'd rather have a Calibra. That's probably not the right thing to say on a Rover video, but yeah, I think I'd rather have a Calibra than that. I think I saw pictures of someone's building a coupe, a 75 coupe. I've definitely seen someone building up an MGTF coupe, so it's got like a extended sort of like roof and fillet lines down. I'm sure I've seen that. I follow some people on Instagram, and then I don't go on Instagram that often, and I see loads of sort of updates, and then I don't see anything for ages. Yeah, and then there's a bit about when Rover went to China, so the Chinese company that bought the rights started making 75s, and then I don't know whether this is true, but they called them Rowie. Apparently Rowie is how you'd say Rover with a Chinese pronunciation, so I don't know if that's true or not. I've not got that far in book to determine whether that's true or not. It's just something I heard. This is something I heard a long time ago. But yeah, Rowie. Rowie, Rowie, what do you know today, Rowie? That wasn't the theme tune, by the way. Yeah, and there's some other bits and pieces about about the MG6, and then how you can identify VIN numbers and totals that they're produced in various countries and such like. Yeah, and that's it. The Rover 75 and MG ZT, The Complete Story by James Talyor. James Talyor, the author, not James Taylor, the tailor. It is not a tailor, he's an author. He wrote this because he's got his name on it. There you go. I hope you liked that. If you don't hesitate to tell me in the comments. I don't read them anyway. As you would know if you've ever read a comment, never read them, never respond. So there we go. No doubt there will be another exciting book review coming very shortly when I read the back of an instant noodles packet. That could be quite thrilling. So in fact we've done. Can we class the windscreen wiper box as a book? A book. I'm gonna class it. I'm gonna put a playlist up. I'm gonna put the the original video, which is still the video that's got the most views, with me going through the MG modification book and workshop manual. Then I'm gonna put the wiper box review. No, not review. So up the wiper box read story, and then I'll put this on the same playlist on there. So that should be very booky. So there we go. Hope you enjoyed that, and that's all I've got to say about books. I don't like them. I do actually. I do like them, but I don't read them. Unless it's Terry Pratchett books. I love Terry Pratchett books, but I've not read many. Shut up now. All right then. That's it. I'm definitely going now. So enjoy. Stay safe. Be nice to each other. All that jazz. Do you like me cardigan? Do you like me cardigan? It's a cardigan. Ta-ra! Have they gone yet? Are they still here? Just go away. Go away. Oh, there they've gone. right to the end, then leave a comment that says I like rice pudding all over my buttocks. It's lumpy.